Having a creek flow through our patch allows us to watch the wildlife who make it their home. The most often seen reptile is the Gippsland water dragon, Intelligama leisuri, which confines itself to the riparian zone of the creek. They can be seen on the tree branches, rocks, sandy and grassy banks, in the water, and even on fence posts. An inquisitive lizard, often pausing to study what has just disturbed it. The best seasons for dragon watching are autumn and spring, when temperatures are still cool, and to warm themselves enough to move around, they can be seen in exposed sunny spots, absorbing heat from the sun. Unable to move fast, there is often plenty of time to observe and photograph them. Being a reptile, water dragons are cold-blooded and rely on the heat of the sun to energise them. During the cooler months, they enter a state of torpor or brumation, similar to the hibernation of some mammals, and are rarely seen during this time. Occasionally, they can enter this state of brumation even in the warmer months, if the temperature drops suddenly, where they can be seen with their eyes shut, seemingly sleeping, like some sort of prehistoric statue. The first time I witnessed this, I thought the particular dragon was dead, but its raised head and occasional chest movements indicated that it was still breathing. This one came to a standstill, perched on a branch in our crossing, with its tail dangling in the water. Interestingly, it has had a problem with its front right leg, which is missing. Like many lizards, water dragons can shed part of their tail to distract the predator and grow a new one, but I don't think this applies to a new limb. Like many lizards, water dragons reproduce by laying eggs in loose soil or on a sandy deposit. These eggs were exposed by the diggings of a wombat. While digging sand for a concreting job, I accidentally exposed these recently hatched water dragons, and after a quick photo shoot, I returned them to their beds and went somewhere else. Strangely, the summer months are similar to those of winter when it comes to dragon watching, in that they are not easily seen. The higher temperatures mean that they don't need to sunbathe and actually do the opposite, and seek shade. If disturbed, you only hear them scuttling away, or a splash as they hit the water, swimming away or submerging to avoid detection. Occasionally, when they are preoccupied with something more important than avoiding observation, you get to watch them. These two seemingly playing king of the castle over a rock in the middle of our creek. The yellow colour of the neck suggests that they both might be male. Perhaps there is some dominance thing going on. The victor does seem to be very pleased with himself. I read that there are colour differences between male and female. I suspect that they are also chameleon-like, in that they can change colours to match the background, darker and more colourful in the shade with a dark green background, and more brown or tan when in the sun on a lighter coloured background. I do sometimes wonder how they survive a winter flood in our creek. In a state of brumation and concealed in a hole of some sort, they could be submerged for some time. Yet, each spring, they appear again, enjoying the sun.